Now, your 6 Sports Report.
Good evening. If you thought the Penguins' opening round series with Columbus would be a breeze, well, guess again. After dropping Game 2 in overtime, the Pens headed to Nationwide Arena for Game 3.
The Sound Tigers wrapped up their first 3-game weekend on Sunday at Webster Bank Arena with a 4-3 overtime victory over the Springfield Falcons.
Good evening. The injury bug continues to bite the Pirates. Charlie Morton sidelined on the 15-day DL with right hip inflammation. Infielder Brent Morrow will take his place on the 25-man roster.
It's not as easy as it looks. It's pretty hard, actually. But someone that makes it look really easy, Gabby Washington of the women's basketball team. But Suffield Academy's Christian Wilkins is looking to change that. The #1 high school football recruit in the state of Connecticut recently received one of the nation's highest honors. Pirates putting the magic wand back on the shelf. Wandy Rodriguez placed on the disabled list today. They're calling it knee inflammation. He has a team-high 7.65 ERA. Bucks hosting the Reds, who have lost 7 of their last 9. They could use a big night from newly acquired Ike Davis. How's that doing for you? A grand slam, putting some stank on it, Ike. 4-2 Bucks in the bottom of the 4th. Hey, welcome to Pittsburgh, man. But the bullpen lets it down again. 5-4 Reds, bottom 8. Don't worry, the MVP's to the rescue. Andrew McCutcheon, a solo shot, ties it at 5 in the bottom of the 8th. On to the 9th inning now. Same score. Neil Walker, a bloop shot. Brandon Phillips can't get it. Russell Martin charging home. The throw by Jay Bruce is on target, but Devin Mesoraco can't handle it. The Bucks win in walk-off fashion, 6-5 over Cincinnati. Las Vegas has the Steelers at 12-1 odds to win the AFC, just behind the Broncos, Patriots, and Colts. After finding the fountain of youth, they provided a glimpse of just why. After limited work versus the Giants, Mike Tomlin said he wanted to give the first team a chance to throw the ball around a little and run some no-huddle. And throw it around they did, scoring on a 76-yard catch and run to Antonio Brown just 2 plays in. Then there was the rookie, Ryan Shazier, who popped off the screen in his debut, racking up 11 tackles and this first-half interception. It was a performance that didn't surprise Tomlin in the least.
I thought he did some good things, but not unlike what he's done when he's worked. From the instant he's got here, he's proven that it's not too big for him, so I can't tell you that I'm surprised by his effort tonight. I'm not.
Tomlin was also asked if Marcus Wheaton TD gave him any more confidence in the second-year wideout. Tomlin was again nonchalant, saying he wasn't surprised by that either. Down 2-0 early and 3-1 in the 3rd, it finally all comes together. Paul Martin's shot is redirected in by Brandon Sutter, crashing the cage like Shark Week. 1 minute later, it's Lee Stepniak. He goes hard and beats Sergei Bobrovsky, and all of a sudden, it is deadlocked. Later on in the 3rd, Olli Mata's shot is redirected in by Yossi Jokinen. The connection makes it 4-3 Pens. They outshoot Columbus 41-20, but last chance for the Blue Jackets. Brandon Dubinsky comes down. The poke check by Marc-Andre Fleury. The Pens go on to steal one on the road. 4-3 your final. Pirates putting the magic wand back on the shelf. Wandy Rodriguez placed on the disabled list today. They're calling it knee inflammation. He has a team-high 7.65 ERA. Bucks hosting the Reds, who have lost 7 of their last 9. They could use a big night from newly acquired Ike Davis. How's that doing for you? A grand slam, putting some stank on it, Ike. 4-2 Bucks in the bottom of the 4th. Hey, welcome to Pittsburgh, man. But the bullpen lets it down again. 5-4 Reds, bottom 8. Don't worry, the MVP's to the rescue. Andrew McCutcheon, a solo shot, ties it at 5 in the bottom of the 8th. On to the 9th inning now. Same score. Neil Walker, a bloop shot. Brandon Phillips can't get it. Russell Martin charging home. The throw by Jay Bruce is on target, but Devin Mesoraco can't handle it. The Bucks win in walk-off fashion, 6-5 over Cincinnati. Curve starting a 3-game series tonight with the Senators and having no trouble getting Blake Schwartz early. 1 run already. Here's Willie Garcia popping out to right, but Hopper Grandpa, hot potato. Justin blocks him, drops it. 2 runs come around to score. Curve up 3-0. Next batter, Elias Diaz. The bloop single drives in another run. It's 4-0 Curve. Diaz batting a baseball high, majors and minors 474. To the 3rd then, it's Willie Garcia again, this time. Nothing special. It's a legit base knockout, tune-up 6-0. The Curve get back on track with a 10-1 win over Harrisburg. Once you're a coach, you're always a coach, and that's the case for Bishop McCourt's Jerry Davich, who came out of retirement to lead the Crushers in 2014. While the tradition-rich program is coming off a disappointing season, they do bring significant talent to the table. An experienced offensive line and a young, strong-arm quarterback in Levi Cook has the Crushers poised for a comeback.
And coaches, you know, are in many cases eternally optimistic and pessimistic at the same time. And I'm no different than the rest of them. We all wish our kids, I said to the kids at one time, you guys look at me and I know you wish I was a lot younger, and I look at you and I wish you were all a lot bigger. So we both have that going for us.
Well, we know he has a lot of experience, so all we can really do is trust him, and I think we'll be okay.
Plenty of familiar faces on the Crushers. They returned 8 starters on offense and defense in 2014.
Pennsylvania loves its sports, and that's not news to anyone. But what do they love more than sports? How about talking about sports? Well, thanks to one man, those fans have been talking nonstop for 6 years.
I'm Corey Geiger, beat writer for the Altoona Mirror for Penn State football and Altoona Curve baseball, and host of Sports Central every day on ESPN Radio in State College and Altoona, Pennsylvania. To do 6 years in a local radio market by yourself can be pretty difficult.
From the very beginning, Sports Central has been a hit. While to most the job seems easy, Geiger's talent and work ethic has allowed the show to blossom.
The thing with Corey Geiger is that he brings the sports talk to this area, which really no one else has. And he was the first person to really do it.
It's not easy. Even doing 2 hours a day, people think, oh, it's just easy. You throw on the mic and do 2 hours of sports talk a day. No, you got to be prepared. You got to know what you're talking about, or else otherwise your listeners are going to expose you.
He's kind of a legend in the market when it comes to sports and media. I say legend. I don't throw that around. I mean, he really is. When you come here, you know who Corey Geiger is.
Corey's never been afraid to have an opinion on anything, and he goes hard at these opinions.
The man has never been afraid to tackle the big issues. So when the Jerry Sandusky child sex abuse scandal shook Penn State and the nation, Corey did not hesitate in blasting those in power during the darkest times in Happy Valley. However, those who were ever true to the dear old white and blue did not go quietly.
We are talking about the biggest sports scandal in our country's history. I received thousands upon thousands of messages from people wishing I was dead, that they hate me, that they think I'm evil.
That was really unfortunate to hear that some people went to those lengths because they were that irritated by his opinion, and his opinion based mostly in fact, by the way.
They can cut you a little bit. So you have to ignore them, but I have a family. I had to get a security system on my house to make sure that my family was safe.
The way Corey handled himself during the Sandusky story was really, I thought was a perfect way of handling something fair, but with criticism as well.
With 3 years approaching since the scandal rocked the nation, Corey has marched on from the adversity. Every day at 4 p.m., he continues to voice his opinions with as much passion as ever.
The thing about sports is we can disagree and then still go hang out and get a drink afterward, even if you like one team and I like another team.
He's always going to come on every day at 4 o'clock, and he's going to give his opinion on the big topics of the day and the week and the month and the year.
Sports is fun, it's entertainment, it's an escape. It's not the most important thing in the world.
Sometimes we need a voice. Whether or not it's what we want to hear, that voice keeps us in check. For sports fans in Central PA, they have their voice. In Altoona, Pennsylvania, Luke Hetrick, Sports Buzz.